What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and you don't have arguably the worst performing stock over the last year without some consequences. And today, Netflix announced some massive layoffs, and the fired employees have taken to Twitter to rage about it. Now, this might be a good opportunity for me to remind people of my catchphrase, get woke, go broke, but, I think you all pretty much know that already. The problem with Netflix is multifaceted. It isn't just that it focuses exclusively on woke, weirdo, groomy content. It's that it's, in addition to that, it's lost all its actual interesting, entertaining content. So when Disney Plus comes around, takes back The Simpsons and all the stuff from Fox and all the stuff, from there. Hulu takes all their stuff away. Amazon Prime takes a bunch of stuff away. Paramount Plus takes a bunch of stuff away. Suddenly, the value proposition for Netflix is vastly diminished. So what does Netflix have to offer? The occasional hit like Squid Games and Stranger Things. Does anybody even remember or care about Stranger Things anymore? They took the year off. I mean, a lot of those kind of must-see TV shows that Netflix had, I guess there's that. They have some other popular show. I don't know what it's called, The Queen's Gambit or something like that. But a lot of shows had to take off for the lockdowns. So a year passed, and then suddenly everyone was like, hey, I actually don't need to watch this content. Oh, I actually don't need to give my money to a company who wants to promote, the men getting pregnant and this kind of stuff. And so they canceled. The lockdowns end. People go outside and touch some grass. Netflix's stock plummets nearly 50%, and it's going to get worse. There's only one real response to that, and that's, of course, laying a bunch of people off. It wouldn't be, putting out better content. It's not like people are going in droves to services like HBO Max because they can see, Hollywood level movies like the Batman streaming, or Paramount Plus and stuff like that, where they have good documentaries. No, they're not going there for that. It's definitely just, it's the customers who are wrong. Well, angry Netflix employees take to Twitter after getting laid off from streaming giant. Angry Netflix employees took to Twitter Thursday after learning that they've been laid off at the streaming giant. Home to hit shows like Inventing Anna, never heard of it, Squid Game, and Bridgerton. I think I've heard of Bridgerton. I don't really know what it is. I doubt it's for me. Although the exact number of layoffs could not be immediately learned, many of the employees were writers or editors working for Netflix's Tudum division, which was launched in December. Well, I was just laid off from a significant contract originally intended to run through August, so I'm looking for stable work and rent. I need rent, wrote one employee. By the way, how do you have a job at Netflix? Let's just be honest, okay? If you're working at Netflix, you're making six figures, right? You're making six figures easy. You don't have $1,000 in the bank? This is the thing about the millennials. Even though I'm a millennial, they don't know to save. If I could tell my viewers, offer my viewers any advice, it isn't to live at your means. It's to live beneath them. Save your money. The fact that you had a job at Netflix and you suddenly don't even have money to pay the rent tells me you weren't spending your money properly. Maybe lay off the $18 avocado toasts. Here's another one. Uh-oh, looks like I have to do this tweet again. Is anyone hiring? Netflix just laid off my entire team, my job included. It was an incredible few months and I'm grateful, but I'm stoked about whatever's next. Emails in the bio. The layoffs came from the Tudum division and included a mix of staff and contractors, according to a source with knowledge. One insider told the Post that more layoffs are on the way and that non-core projects like Q, a magazine of the publication about Netflix projects, are next on the chopping block. A company spokeswoman declined to comment on the situation, but added, our fan website Tudum is an important priority for the company. Tudum, which is a nod to the sound of Netflix's logo when subscribers open the streaming site, was a division focused on news and stories related to the service's most popular shows and movies. Roughly 10 to 15 employees put out virtual help wanted signs on Twitter after getting their pink slips. Just got laid off, blah, 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 blah. The drumbeat of departures comes after Netflix posts its first subscriber loss since 2011. They're going to post another one in Q2 that's expected to be 2 million more. And I suspect it'll be even higher than what they thought. Netflix said in the first quarter it lost 200,000 subscribers, and it expects to lose another 2 million in the second quarter. In order to stem the bleeding, Netflix CEOs Reed Hastings and Ted Sarandos said the company would likely crack down on password sharing. Again, this is really no different than raising prices. Like, functionally, for a lot of your employee or your customers, this is functionally no different than another price hike. Because a lot of people justify it by saying, well, I'm paying, I don't know what it is, $15 a month, but my kids use it too, and my grandma uses it too, and my Uncle Timmy uses it too, or whatever. You get rid of that, I don't think you're necessarily going to have a net positive there. Following the tough earnings report, the Hollywood Reporter released a blistering expose on the power clash inside Los Gatos, California's based company, which included unnamed Hollywood heavy hitters weighing on the profligate spending at the company, its lack of quality control when it comes to pumping out content. One creative who worked at Netflix said the streamer's content strategy is, I wonder if, say, a bonobo throwing poo at a whiteboard full of titles as a method of deciding what projects they would have more or less success than the others. Quote, deciders think they know what people want or don't want, and clearly they don't. Top comment, it's the same old story, trying to please woke non-subscribers and failing to pay attention to the taste of those actually paying this. Oh, I'm sorry, please the woke non-subscribers. Yeah, exactly. Netflix slashes staff after its share price craters 50% in a month, and it missed subscriber target by 200,000. Critics, including Elon Musk, say dull woke shows are to blame. Again, I don't blame that. I can't disagree with that. Netflix cuts marketing staff. Like, you're cutting marketing staff? That's not a good sign. And again, all of this gets fixed with better product. It's not like people out there are consuming less streaming en masse. Some people are. I know I am. But when you put out 76 videos a day and, you know, you're trying to move and build a house and things of that nature, I have less time for it. Come winter, I'm sure I'll be consuming plenty of streaming again. For me, really honestly, when I think about it, I lost a lot of interest in streaming when Disney cut Gina Carano. I just soured on the whole thing. Anyway, Netflix has begun firing staff after missing its subscriber target by 200K. The streamer made the layoffs at Tadum, a website filled with stories that are meant to market Netflix's program. At least 10 to 15 staff tweeted about it, so who knows how many more were actually laid off. The site is named as an onomatopoeia for the sound you hear. I've never heard onomatopoeia used in a sentence before. I knew the word, but I don't think I've ever read that before. Interesting. You see, this event, Netflix recruited me 7 months ago, only to lay me off and a bunch of other talented people today. I'm going to take some time off just to exist, millennial. I'm going to take them. So please get in touch if you have editing or content strategy opportunities open after August. I'm assuming they're getting paid out till that time. I mean, I'm not happy about like marketing people getting fired. They're not making content decisions. You know, responding to a tweet about the subscription service devastating performance, Elon Musk, of course, gloated with the woke mind viruses making Netflix unwatchable. It is unwatchable. I mean, he's expecting, not interested. It gets a lot of likes and retweets on Twitter and it generates a lot of buzz, but it doesn't put money in your pocket. That's the thing. Netflix said the coof boom had created a lot of noise and blamed the slowdown on the return to normality after 2 years of lockdowns. It also blamed password sharing for the rise in canceled accounts. I mean, at the end of the day, okay, the woke stuff could have existed on Netflix. It could have existed, and the four weirdos that want to watch it could watch it. All right. The problem is They spent all their time and money on woke trash. And then once, you know, Apple TV, Disney Plus, Warner Brothers, Paramount, you know, all these people started plucking their shows off Netflix. Suddenly it's like, hey, I haven't opened up Netflix in forever. What's even on there? What's even on Netflix anymore that you watch? And so when you mix in inflation and people's dollars are going less and they're spending $20 a week more on gas, they think, how can I make cuts? They're like, I haven't opened this thing, I haven't opened that thing. So they cut it. That's normal. By the way, if you consume Netflix, even if you're like, I have to see my Stranger Things, why are you paying for it all year? Cancel it when Stranger Things comes out, re-sign up to Netflix, binge the show in a week, and then cancel. That's exactly why you see Disney Plus going back to the weekly release. It's because people would just do that. And that's smart. It's a smart way of spending your money. But Netflix doesn't make any smart decisions. But yeah, keep putting out more shows about pregnant men and see how that works out for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.